everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well, and welcome if you are new here. This is probably one of the first DIY projects that I've really done properly in this house. So if you are new here, we were living all the way down in Essex. I am a Londoner, but we moved to Essex 8 years ago and we've just sold up and moved up to the Midlands into Northamptonshire. We've bought a 1950s house that needs a lot of work, but there's not a lot of budget. long-term work. So in today's video, I have been absolutely itching to revamp the kitchen somehow. The whole kitchen for me was just way too dark. Lots and lots of black tiles, black worktop, dark brown windows. I really need to brighten the space to even just want to cook. I don't want to cook on the best of days, but if this is going to help me and inspire me, then all is well. So we are transforming the kitchen today on a budget. All of the details will be on screen and down below. First up, I'm going to show you what we're working with, and then I really hope you enjoy the video. This was a few days in the making, and if you do, please do not forget to give me that like, that thumbs up. Now, if you are brand new here and you don't know me, I also have another channel. That's my main job, but this is a passion project of mine. So if you do like what you see here and you enjoy my videos, then please do hit that thumbs up. That is the only way that most YouTubers can grow on YouTube, is by you hitting that thumbs up, letting YouTube know that you like this kind of content. So if you do, please do hit it. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so. It is free. And yeah, let's get on with the kitchen transformation. This is the kitchen in our new home. Now, I understand so many people are going to love it. The cupboards, as it turns out, are actually real wood, which is not something we knew until recently. The tiles for me are just too dark. That's all it is. I walk in here and I think, oh, this room is so dark. Even on a dark, gloomy day, it's oppressive. So my goal here, my aim, is to really just lighten up the space, bring in some sunshine, and again, it is on a budget. We don't have £10,000, £15,000 to spend on a brand new kitchen. The tiles are old, they're all cracked. I've got loads of areas where there's just chunks out, so I have to fix those up as well and stick them back in using some filler. So it's a bit of a job, but all in total, all of the products I'm using in today's transformation came to £35. Just £35. And honestly, I've only used about 1.5 inches out of the top of the paint can. So I already know I've got enough in one tin to do the whole kitchen. The paint itself is the Johnston's tile paint in cream. I do mention it in the video and you will see it properly. But it was £13 on Amazon. £13! Total bargain. I think it was in the sale, but even then it's not that much more when it's not in the sale. So I am just going to do a tester patch in the corner of the kitchen that is hidden by the air fryer. I figured I'm going to start in the corner. I used sugar soap to truly scrub the tiles. Then I used hot water and a cloth to make sure that all of that sugar soap was completely off. Then I completely dried it with a dry cloth, obviously. With a cloth, making sure that this area was fully clean before I go ahead and use the paint. Here is the paint. So like I said, it is the Johnston's tile paint in antique cream. This was from Amazon. You can get it in Wilko's, you can get it in, B&Q, all of the shops. So to start with, I've got my sugar soap. I've wiped down the area that I want to test this on. I've got the tile paint. This is the Johnston's Antique Cream tile paint. I got this from Amazon, and I have got a brush. I'm gonna brush the paint first into all of the grout lines. And I know, George, I feel the same way. And I've got my thin paint roller with a foam. I believe foam roller is the best. I hope foam roller is the best. So I've got my paint tray and my foam roller for when it's time. I've turned into one of them. I need my glasses. Should have read this before I opened the can, but that's okay. The key to the perfect finish is preparation. Wash with mild detergent. That's it, you don't need to sand. Smooth surfaces should be lightly abraded with a fine waterproof abrasive paper to provide a key. So we've got sand. This is not a tutorial. If covering a previously painted surface, is it a smooth, would you class that as a smooth surface, or would you class that as a 20-year-old battered tile? My glasses are steaming up. Ensure good ventilation during application. No primer or undercoat are required. Stir well before use. Apply evenly with a brush or roller. Avoid overspreading. Do not apply in temperatures below 10 degrees or in damp conditions. Drying time, touch dry in 2 hours. That's cool. Oh, second coat, 16 hours. Oh, not so cool. Okay. Smooth surfaces should be lightly abraded. Not today.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. We don't need no can weather any storm. Before sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight.
Oh my, wow. We get that momentary, oh my God, what have I done? What have I done? So obviously I've got the streaks everywhere with the paintbrush, but the second that roller hits, it's an immediate wow, I'm so excited. So let's keep going.
We got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
Gut feeling is that this is going to be stunning, absolutely stunning. I am going to clean up around the bottom here, lay masking tape, finish this section here, and then yeah, come back to it. I'm gonna come back to it tomorrow for the second coat, but we are gonna finish this now, and yeah, let's do it. I'm actually going to clean up the bottom here, get some masking tape down. See, this is why I am so hot-headed sometimes. I'm just so, like, spare of the moment, immediate, has to be done right this second. I cannot wait a second longer, and then I don't put masking tape down. But we'll do that anyway. The worktop is absolutely destroyed. If you are new here, hello. The worktop is, I promise, destroyed throughout. This is all bubbling up. We knew when we moved in it would need replacing. That is why I'm not emotionally attached to the worktop, just in case anyone feels that they're upset with me for cutting these corners. Don't be, all right? Because I'm not. I'm not upset with me, so don't you be upset with me. not regret a second. I do not regret this, not for 1 millisecond. The paint is wow. Okay, so here's the thing. It does say in the instructions, don't put your first layer on too heavy-handed. You don't want it dripping everywhere. You want to put a really nice thin, even layer across the whole of your wall, all of your tiles. And I definitely found this to be 100% the case. I went in hard. I went heavy-handed. Obviously, I'm going in the grout lines with my paintbrush, right? So that's got more of an accumulation of paint than if you're using a sponge roller. So the sponge roller was simply, I guess, moving those deeper splodges around. So you definitely do not need to use as much as I've used here. I think for the first time ever using this paint, this is too much for a first layer. I could have gone really light, a lot lighter than I have. You'll see areas like this. There's going to be, look at this, potential for drips. We don't want drips. So I'm gonna babysit this for a few minutes. I can see some drips coming out of a grout line here. So definitely go easy. Like, I've just slapped it on for the sake of slapping it on. Like I said, I've got no emotional attachment to these tiles or this worktop. But still, if you've been in your home years and you love everything about your kitchen and you want to do the neatest possible job, go slowly with minimal paint in those grout lines, because the more you slap it on, the more you're going to get potential hazard drips and all of the potential for the mess. So like I said, I'm just going to babysit like areas like this where I can see drips coming. Then I'm just going to hang around for a while, keep my eyes open, because whilst like I said, I don't feel any emotional attachment to this. However, I do want it to look nice. I don't want drips everywhere. Like, there's absolutely no point in that, right? So I do want to do the best, how can I word this? I want to do the best possible job I can do for someone who decided 30 seconds ago that she wanted to do it, you know? And with not necessarily the best tools for the job. I don't have the best paintbrush for the grout lines. So you can see here, if I keep on going over, I'm actually taking paint off. Now, in an ideal world, if you're painting your walls at home, you don't want to do that. You don't want to go over and over and over with a roller in the same spot. You are going to take paint off your walls. But I think in a situation like this, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing for me to be doing that, because actually there's too much on there. But can we talk about what an immediate transformation that is? Immediate. It's an immediate wow. I am so seriously impressed. Of course, I don't know long term, will it be scratch proof? I don't know anything. All I know is this is exactly what I needed. Fun fact, as I was scrubbing these tiles within an inch of their life, I found a light underneath the unit that I never knew existed, guys. I've just never laid upside down on my worktops. Like, I never knew it was there, and it's gorgeous. It is now 2 days later since I've put that first coat on this wall. I absolutely love it. The difference it makes when you walk in here, everything is bright. The lights on the ceiling actually reflect off of this cream paint like you wouldn't believe. And then the cream paint is also reflecting in the black worktop, making it almost lighter. And at this point, I don't think I really mind the black worktop as much. Like, all I could think about was covering the black, get rid of the black tiles, get rid of the black worktop. But right now, it's not looking that bad because the tiles automatically lift the whole space. But today is, like I said, it's 2 days later. This is fully dry. I don't know longevity. I don't know what to expect in the next year on this paint. I don't know, right? I don't know. What I have done is bought another tin. So the first tin, I used about this much paint from the first tin, doing this little section here. Probably a bit too much because I went a bit heavy-handed. Now I kind of get it. I know what I'm doing. I've been up to the craft room for my other channel. If you don't know, I'm an artist and I have another channel, but I've been up to the craft room. I've grabbed some of my nitrile gloves because I just had my nails done. And I can't get any paint on me. I think this is water-based. I really need to read it. I haven't needed any Turps or white spirit to clean any tools, so I think it's water-based. Equally, if it gets on your hands, it's a major scrub. It doesn't just wash off, it is a sponge scourer on your skin job. So I decided I'm gonna wear gloves for the rest of the kitchen, and I also invested in some more paintbrushes. I do have paintbrushes, I just can't find them. So yeah, B&Q, paintbrushes, and another roller frog tape because I'm down to the last little bit and I loved it so much. I'm gonna continue. I'm going to do what I just showed you on video. I'm gonna do the window wall now. I'm gonna leave the cooker, the hob, I'm gonna leave that entire section for a while. And I don't mean a few days, I mean maybe a couple of months. I want to see how this wears out. Like I wanna see how it works. Does it stand up to, you know, the air fryer, the kettle, the toaster? What does it come up like when we make a mess? And around the sink, you know? I just wanna see. I wanna leave it a couple months because painting around the hob it's a lot. And my bolognese doth splash, you know? So I don't really wanna go all in right now around the cooker area because, yeah, like I said, repeating yourself, Claire. I know, guys, it's my age. It's my age. Right, so I have given this entire area a complete deep sugar scrub, a good wipe down with hot water, a really good dry with a dry cloth, of course. And now I'm going to masking tape everything, and that's a lot. We've got the tile trim, we've got the stainless steel tile trim, we've got 2 double plug sockets, and then the worktop, and then the window frame. Whose idea was this? I'm gonna get this done. You don't need to sit and watch me do that, so we'll come back when this is done. This is what we're looking like. I'll flip you round. This is what we're looking like right now before all of the masking tape goes on, all around the stainless steel window trims, plug sockets, worktop, all the way around. Yeah, stainless steel trims, plug socket, worktop. Yeah, let's get it done. We're gonna come back in 3, 2, 1. And just like that, I have masking taped all of the essential areas. I've sped this little bit up for you because it's long. I've decided to leave the windowsill until the end because actually masking off all of that trim was a little bit tricky. So I decided to just wait until the end to do the windowsill. Hindsight is a wonderful thing. If I was doing this again, which I will be in the rest of the kitchen, next time I do this, I probably won't use masking tape. I feel like, it wasn't great. I definitely had a lot of bleeding underneath, and B, I feel like with a nice, small, delicate paintbrush, I could do a better job cutting in slowly by hand instead of relying on that masking tape. Sometimes you rely on masking tape just a little bit too much. So I would definitely do things differently. I started off here, as you can see, going in the grout lines and in and around those edges. So up, down, left, right, around the plug socket and in the grout lines before using the roller. I, at this point, was head over heels in love. I truly was. I just felt like this was the right decision for me. And again, like I mentioned at the beginning, this is not going to be everyone's cup of tea. For most people, they would rather spend a year or 2 or 3 or 4 saving until they can get the kitchen of their dreams. Then they would fully go for it. However, I think it's so important to understand on a daily basis what makes you happy and what makes you smile. And if you're going to spend some money on a temporary basis, making your space a beautiful space to be, even if it's the kitchen, I am a firm believer in spending a little bit of money now to make the space a happy place, as opposed to waiting years until you've saved 10, 15, 20,000 pounds for a new kitchen, and the whole entire time you hate the space, right? So for me, it made complete sense to spend £35 on the paint, the tools, the roller, the paintbrushes, the masking tape, all in £35, so that now I can smile when I come in this space, and I can look forward to the day that I will have the money to get me a brand new kitchen. I have never in my life had a brand new kitchen. That is something to look towards, look forward to, manifest, put it out into the universe. It's a very similar situation with our living room. Our living room is big, it's beautiful, it's got, there's doors at the back, windows at the front, there's lots of light, but I just don't like the colours. However, they don't make me sad. I don't walk in here and hate it. I think I want to change that one day. I think the whole living room needs to be stripped back of its wallpaper and potentially replastered. But the chances of me doing that anytime soon are slim to none. So will I just be painting it in the meantime? Yes, I will, because I want a happy space. So I am all about that short-term spend for that long-term happiness. And then in future, when we've got more money, then absolutely we can strip the walls, get them all plastered, bring them up to modernizations. Guys, the words are not wording. Made sure to wrap my roller in a plastic bag after each and every use. That is going to keep it for a long term. This is the before and after, and I am fully obsessed. Now there are areas, this is just coat number 1, so we've got some patchiness, some blotchiness. Now here is where I decided to ditch the masking tape completely. Now I am using frog tape, which is probably one of the most expensive masking tapes you can buy on the market, and I didn't do a very good job with it. It was sticking, sure, but there were definitely areas where the paint seeped under, and I just felt at this point my hand is a steadier. I've got a better steady hand than, you know, using the frog tape. The only time I did use it was against the window. It clung to the window frame like a dream, so I definitely feel like I needed it for this. But for everything else in this kitchen moving forward, I'm just gonna do it by hand, go slowly, and do all of the cutting in with a much smaller paintbrush. But the windowsill was a dream to paint because it was just so straightforward. I think I went back and forth in my head on this project because the tiles are put on the wall at an angle. They are diagonal crisscross. I didn't know whether I should be painting in the line of the tiles. You know how you stain wood with the grain? I didn't know if I should be rolling diagonal or whether rolling up and down, left and right would just be as good. But oh my goodness me, what a transformation. And this is only coat 1. I am not sponsored by Johnston's, of course, but guys, this paint is amazing. The coverage, incredible. I cannot fault it. Black tiles, guys. And with one little sweep of a roller, we have completely and utterly transformed this kitchen. So it's the next day now. It's 24 hours later. This morning, I went on a really gorgeous long 2-hour walk with my neighbour and the dogs. And I decided on the way home, I would go out to B&Q and get a couple more bits. So I've actually picked up some moisture resistant polyfiller because the cracks along these tiles were so prominent this morning. When I walked in and I was like, it's so bright. The cracks were really prominent because they're now painted in cream. They weren't so obvious whilst they were black. So the polyfiller I have basically used as an adhesive and a filler at the same time. So I've got my glasses on to read the instructions, and whilst it is 24 hours later, we can now do a second coat on these tiles. It says here, protect from water until fully dry at least 24 hours. So I wanted to get the moisture resistant because this is right around the sink area, so it made sense to do that. And I also picked up some kitchen silicone sealer. There's no silicone sealer around the whole entire worktop and none around this. So the sink has got sealer, but any water going out onto the worktop, there's nothing to stop that water going down the back of the units and down the back of the sink. So basically, my plan of action for today was to do the second coat of paint on these tiles, and I can't do it because the moisture resistant polyfiller that I've just used to fill these tiles and the cracks, I basically pulled the broken tile pieces out, filled the back with the polyfiller, put the tiles back in. That's going to take 24 hours to fully dry. And I don't really think it's worth, even though this is a budget-friendly job, and I don't really care. I'm not emotionally attached to this kitchen, but I just don't think it's worth painting over all of these tiles now, knowing that the polyfiller is still going to be wet for 24 hours. Makes sense now to let that dry. So that is as far as we've got with the kitchen budget makeover. I am absolutely loving it. I can take my glasses off now. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, I can't read a thing now. This writing on the back of these tubes is just so tiny. Let me show you what we've done. I have actually put a second coat on the tiles behind the kettle, and the difference it makes is insane. It's truly insane. Let me show you what the second coat looks like. I'll show you what the first coat looks like, and then I'll show you what the second coat looks like. It's unreal. And I've actually been using, I've got to stop now, which is insane as well. I used this tiny little brush from IKEA. This is a tiny children's paintbrush to get in and around and do all of the cutting in this time. I used this for the grout lines, and I used this for all of the edges. The silver trim, RIP to the silver trim. That is going to need a serious scrub down. Once this is all done and dusted, I'm going to use a scraper to get the paint off. Masking tape, cutting in, none of it really gave me beautiful, perfect results. But let me show you this. So this here is first coat. I have not touched the windowsill. It feels amazing. It really does feel like a tile. But of course this is first coat. It is sloppy, it's messy, it's streaky. And like areas like this where you can just see the darkness coming out from beneath. And this is second coat. This is stunning. Stunning, beautiful, no streaks. It's stuck. Yeah, what can I say? Second coat. Let's see if the light can show us any nasties. It's just beautiful. It has come up like a dream. Second coat. At the moment, I feel like second coat is all I'm going to do. I don't feel like I need to go in with a third. There's maybe an area up here. You see that dark patch? Maybe I just need to roll over that again. But honestly, second coat is stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. Really, really happy with that. I did, obviously this was all touch dry well before last night, so I put everything back on the counter. Probably not the best idea because now I have to kind of move it all off again to do the second coat over here. But this is as far as I've got now with the second coat. The second coat comes to here and that section is now done. Done. It is beautiful, truly. And the paint itself does have a glossy finish, so it actually makes it look like tiles, right? It doesn't, I mean, matte tiles are nice as well, but this particular paint has a glossy finish, which is going to make it look like glossy tiles. Of course, if you look closely, you'll know this is a paint job. You'll know it. Anyone will know it. But for me, this just gives me energy. Like as soon as I walk in the morning, that's how I feel. I feel like, that's how I feel. And that's the feeling I wanted. Before this morning, I was like, let's go and make a cup of tea in this dark, gloomy kitchen. Now, oh, I am so happy. I'm not happy with the mess behind me, but I'm happy. I'm so happy. I'm happy the paint has stuck. I can already see areas here that I need to touch up and a couple of drips right at the bottom. And the thing is with this paint, it says use sparingly. It's actually quite hard to do that. The paint itself sticks to the tiles like you wouldn't believe. Equally, it's a bit drippy. So like, as paint would be on a tile. So when it says use sparingly, take that quite literally to the next extreme. Barely use it is, I think, my advice would be barely touch the walls with it, because actually there's a lot of touch-ups, a lot of going back over with a second roll, you know. There's a couple of areas that are for sure dripping, where you have to just, I think you just have to babysit it for a while. Like, do your painting, get the job done, and then half an hour or so later, come back and just have a look. Try not to, which I've just done, try not to get more paint on your roller. Roll all of the paint off of your roller. Then come back half an hour or so later, just to have a look and see, are there any drips? Are there any areas that could just do with a little bit of another roll to even it out and stop those drips progressing into permanent marks? That's what I'm doing now. And I'm just looking here. It's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. But there's definitely a couple of areas where, yeah, I need to get rid of those drips before I walk away and allow it to do its thing for 24 hours. But just doing that now has already helped. So definitely it's a paint that you kind of will need to babysit a little bit, but really happy. Now I'm gonna tuck my roller up again in a plastic bag, put it away, wash my brush, pour the remainder of that paint back into the tin, wrap everything up solid in plastic, and I am gonna tackle this another time. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. The next time I have time, it's time for the second coat. And I always hate doing that because I feel like I've started a job, and you know, like once you pack everything away, you put your pajamas on, you put everything back on the worktops, it's game over, isn't it? So join me Christmas 2025 for the second coat is basically what I'm saying. It's nice as well because the windowsill is so dry. I can put my tripod on there without an issue. I'm not scared that my tripod is gonna scratch it. I've scratched it with my nails. So far so good. Obviously I don't plan on hacking at the paint with a knife, but will it come off if you scratched it? I think so, of course it would. Why wouldn't it? I'm hoping it's going to be hard wearing enough for me to be able to wipe clean, wipe down. But yeah, time will tell, I guess. Time will tell. But that's it so far. I'm going to pack everything away, tidy up, and then hopefully in the next couple of days, I'll come back and do the second coat. I was joking about Christmas. I'm not going to leave it that long. I'm going to pack away, come back and do the second coat in a couple of days. And I'm going to show you where we're at right now. And then hopefully next time we meet each other, I will have done the second coat and I will have put the silicone sealant all around the edges. And I really hope that that's gonna finish it off, like chef's kiss, make it look beautiful. I say chef's kiss, it's me doing the job. So it's never gonna look chef's kiss, it's just gonna look better. It's gonna look better and brighter than what it was. And that's all I can ask for, right? Until we manifest a new kitchen. We manifest, we put it out into the universe and we get our new kitchen, but that's years down the line. So yeah, let me show you. With just a first coat, this is a significant change, significant improvement for me personally. I totally get that I'm gonna have people in the comment section saying, preferred the black. I hope you have found this inspiring as well. If you've got any tiles that you don't like, I know this is only one coat. I do not know long term. I don't know the longevity of this product. If you've used Johnson's tile paint on your tiles at home, please do let me know what your thoughts are. This is what the windowsill is looking like. Super glossy, shiny reflection. And that's the thing. Everything is so reflected now. So the sunshine, believe it or not, we have blue skies today. The sunshine is reflecting off of the cream tiles, just reflecting light around the room. And it is just a significant change. Everything feels brighter, feels amazing. Have I just been to B&Q and got even more tester pots? Yes. Yes, I have. I have come to the end of the video now. I hope you feel inspired by this because, oh my goodness, it has put a smile on my face. I am so, so happy. I come in here happy. It makes me smile. The brightness, it's just a complete transformation for minimal spend. And yeah, I cannot wait to get the second coat on. I cannot wait to do the dark tiles over this side. But then the majority of the time, I'm not looking that way. I'm looking this way. So that's a problem for another day and future Claire. I hope you've enjoyed and I will see you all in the next video.